If you're in industrial and you've noticed that the marketing tactics you used to use aren't working and everybody's telling you to change, in this video, I'm gonna tell you what's happening and where it's going. Hey guys, Kyle Milan here, industrial sales and marketing expert. Yep, I'm giving myself that title because I've been doing it for a long time and the results speak for themselves. Before we jump into it, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications to be notified every time we post new content. We got over 850 videos on this channel alone, increasing every single week. Let's jump into it. Industrial marketing, it's changed. If you've been in the industry for more than, let's say, 10 years, then you've noticed, dude, stuff isn't working. All these new things are popping up. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to pay attention to. Don't worry, I got your back. This channel's got your back because what we do is post all of our content, strategies, tactics, sales, and marketing for industrial manufacturing companies for free so you guys can learn. If you don't want to do it yourself, just hire us, mfgtribe.com. We are the industrial sales and marketing leader out there. Go ahead and check the credentials because we got them working with some of the biggest brands and some of the smallest brands producing massive results. So let's look at what's changed. Going back to traditional, trade shows used to be so popular. You could get 50, 60, 70 leads. They were good leads. You'd leave that trade show. You'd have RFQs, opportunities in your pipeline. That has dwindled down. Cold visits used to be better. Cold calls used to be better. All these things used to be better. Email marketing used to be better. And things have been changing. So I'm gonna break in a couple of the key areas. So number one, you need to focus on everything from a digital standpoint. Hopefully you learned that after the COVID bust that happened, where all of a sudden industrial manufacturing companies are like cool with doing Zoom videos and remote videos and working remotely and all that. Who would have thought it took COVID for that to happen? But so many of our clients were like, oh my God, I love video conferencing. They never used to really do it before because everything was face to face. So number one, look at it from a standpoint of everything is going digital. Everybody is digital. You can put stuff in front of them a lot cheaper and a lot faster than you can physically going there. Not saying that the physical side still isn't extremely important, because it is, but look at it and say everything is going digital. So it's going from the traditional method to digital. This transition's been happening for probably the last 10 to 15 years, but industrial manufacturing is typically 3-4 years behind the curve when it comes to a new marketing trend that's working in B2B. You guys are typically slowest to adapt to it, which is crazy, but it's the nature of the beast. In the world of digital, breaking it down into some subcategories, focus on social. Social media, not just any social media, talking about LinkedIn. Focusing on LinkedIn is not just a trend. It's not something that you should just do every once in a while. This is where the money is happening. You can connect with anybody that you want to connect with, message them, pitch them, schedule meetings, all that stuff, all through LinkedIn, and it's got the database of people that you want to go after. You can look at current customers. On the right-hand side, it's going to tell you example companies of their competitors and who else you should go after. You can build all your lists, find all your people, do all your research, all through a single platform. But typically industrial companies are just using it as a research tool. Find the name, pick up the phone and call there, ask for that person. You got to take a step first before you do that. You need to send them a connection request, follow their LinkedIn company page, like their posts, engage on it. I've got tons of content on the channel about how to dominate on LinkedIn, how we do it for our clients, how I've done it for myself, what works best today and what doesn't. So go check out those videos, but put in a place and say, LinkedIn is the new way to quickly get a hold of somebody and connect with them and build lists. You have to respect the fact that the platform is massive and everybody that you're trying to go after is on it, and you can quickly get in front of people as long as you don't try and sell them out of the gate. Provide value first, ask them questions, engage with their content, be authentic. It will be a massive game changer for you. The next area of digital that is transitioning, and this is the future, and I feel like we've been doing this for multiple years, but doing paid advertising that you can actually track. How many times do you get a call from a magazine company that says, I want you to advertise in my magazine? Well, who's your readers of your magazine? Oh, I've got 55,000 engineers that subscribe to this magazine, physical imprint and digital. And we can put your article in front of them. The question that I always used to ask when I was in your shoes before I started this agency 8 years ago was, how are you gonna know who opens it and who reads it and where they actually go? And if you put a print magazine in front of them, that they even saw my ad, or you go to a trade show and the trade shows are like, advertise in our show program. It's gonna be $3,000, $4,000, but you don't actually have any data to support, did they actually see it? That stuff is going away from a primary standpoint of like, this is how I wanna market. Not saying it's still not valuable to push it from a brand awareness standpoint, but being the top thing that you pick is running ads in trade show magazines or trade publications. Those days are over. What it is transitioning into is trackable paid media, whether it's on LinkedIn with social, Google Ads, Google Performance, doing things with the Google Merchant Center if you have a store or you're doing e-com in industrial, but you can track it and measure it and make adjustments. You can see where did they come in from, what did they do once they got there, did this actually result in a conversion to an RFQ, to a sale. All that stuff you can track and you can measure and then make adjustments to your strategy. So you're not just relying on somebody saying, well, we sent the magazine out, or we had 50,000 people come to this trade show and they all got a copy of your ad. You kind of, at that point, just sitting there waiting. You can use a QR code and say, if people see this ad and they scan the QR code, it takes them to the page of your website, and only those people saw it. You can look at it from a traffic standpoint, but you don't even know who those people are. Are those engineers, purchasing, operations people? Because you don't know their persona, because you didn't control it. It was just sent out to people, and then people then click and watch it. So that's number two, diverting away from just the traditional media, traditional paid advertising, into something that is trackable, measurable, and that you can tie into your CRM system, especially if you're using something like HubSpot. Tie it all into a single system. You can look at all the data, organic and paid, in a single location, and then make decisions off of that. The third and final and most important, in my opinion, and most underutilized, is going to be video and lives. So video, traditionally, manufacturing companies are saying, I'm going to spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to shoot a video. It goes on the homepage, goes on the website, puts out to social once, and that's it. That is changing. Video is what's engaging with the most people these days. It's getting the most traction on social. You can push it out to multiple platforms, put it on YouTube, put it on your website, push it out through social, send it through emails, all these different things. You can do that, plus you can track it and measure it and see what type of engagement you're getting. But the difference is, and something that we've been doing for 3 years, is that instead of saying, here's a video, here's another video, those videos are 5 minutes long, we do those, but then we also create an insane amount of micro content. We create so much content for our clients. This year we'll probably create over 1,250 videos in 12 months for our clients. Why? Because this is what works. We've got a massive video team. They steer the ship when it comes to what should we be doing with strategy with videos. Where should that content be going? Is it organic? Is it paid ad? Is it on their website? Where does the stuff going to go? What's the story going to be? What's the length of it, the look, the feel, everything in between? All that's handled internally, and this is what's working. So when we shoot for our clients, we shoot 30 pieces of content per time, and we keep going back multiple times and shooting more content, because you don't know when your OEM, industrial company, manufacturing clients, whoever it is you're trying to go after, you don't know when they're going to be online, or you can't just post every once in a while. You have to keep on pushing out content to break through the noise of the rest of the market that's trying to pull their attention away. To break through it, you have to have content. It has to be good, posted regularly on platforms that they pay attention to. That is going to be the key with the video side of it. On the flip side of it, lives. So now you've got LinkedIn Lives. It used to be webinars, right? Back in the day, we used to say, we're going to plan this webinar. I mean, back in the day, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Plan this webinar. It's going to be hosted through here, or it's going to be this live event. Webinars these days, I mean, you can spool one up in like a day. Like I could just jump on live right now and talk to 5,000 people if I want to. As long as you have the database, as long as you have the following and the resources available. But lives are going to become more important. You can give sales presentations live. You can go through and talk about a specific new feature live. You can take your computer with a camera or an external camera like a DSLR, go live on the shop floor and see what's going on. Show people stuff. If people can't come and do a tour, take them live. There's so many different ways to do it, so many different methods that you can do with lives. It's no longer the traditional, we're going to do a webinar, share a PowerPoint presentation, and do it like that. You can create engaging, entertaining, and valuable information by doing a live, doing it regularly, getting the audience to ask you questions, getting you to explain technologies, explain new things that are coming, and really help and provide as much value as possible to your specific market. And that is going to be a game changer, I think, as far as what's in the future. I think there's going to be more video engagement, more things regarding live and different platform integrations, and more things around tying everything together. So whether it's sending a video through email that doesn't get blocked by spam, or going live on the platform, or doing live meetings or presentations, or trade shows were going live during COVID. That was kind of like the jump into the deep end for it. And it wasn't horrible, it wasn't the same experience. But even if you're a manufacturing industrial company, go live at your booth when you're at FabTech this year, or when you're at IMTS, or when you're at MD&M Minneapolis. Go live there and ask questions. Share behind the scenes raw footage. That's the trend that manufacturing industrial companies are going towards, to become more authentic, stand out from everybody else. That's what you have to keep in mind when you're going through these new strategies, is what is everybody else doing? I want to do something different, unless they're primarily focusing on the 3 areas that I talked about. Then you need to focus on those and do more. But the key to all of this is consistency and persistency. That is what's going to make you stand out. That's going to bring in the most potential opportunities in your pipeline and make you the most money. So guys, if you got value out of this content, share it with one person you know. If you want to listen to it in podcast form, head over to every major podcast platform, type in industrial sales and marketing with me. It'll pop up. Do it while you're cutting your grass or getting your nails painted. You can watch or you can listen to it on that. Head over to LinkedIn, follow me on there. We've got tons of content. We're posting multiple times a day. All these little pieces of information, plus stuff that we shoot here in the office, plus some behind the scenes stuff. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we will see you on the next one.